Hi, I'm Tony Fleming. Welcome to Fleming's Ultimate Garage.
Hey, just pulled the hanging tag off of this 67 Chevelle SS396. I got to tell you that I've always loved the body style of this, and even though the next generation of these cars is great looking, this is such a classic look for its time. And being the last year of production, being a true correct coated, 138 coated 396 Chevelle, proving that it was a super sport, makes them even nicer. So let's take a walk around. The car's been fully restored. Very nice driving. I will say this to you, that the Mark IV big block that's in it right now definitely has more horsepower than the 325 it came with out of the factory. When I start it, you'll hear right away, and it makes for a great drive. When you pull up to a car show on something like this, it just sounds bad A. This right here, they call Bolero Red, factory color for 67. Nicely done. It doesn't appear to be any of the plastic, no Bondo. Nice metal all down in the cars. I get down there. The painter actually bent his knees, A lot of times the painters will just turn the pressure up and they just shoot the paint down a little low. This guy got down, he painted, he wet sanded, he maybe even finished his car up on the lift. The underside is all detailed, and then with the new front suspension, new rear end, nice bolts, fresh shocks, springs, stuff like that. It looks very detailed underneath, and I think you'll be pretty impressed. When you come into here, we have these tags hanging on the windows. Not that I need to read off of it because I can't remember everything, it's just because I can't remember everything because I'm old. Anyway, let's take a look under the hood because it's nicely detailed there. Just real quick, we have a set of factory rally wheels with BF Goodrich radial TAs for this car. We put these on just to see what it looked like. And you have your choice. You can even have these or the rally wheels with BF Goodrich radial TAs. We actually have it on the internet, pictures like this, and then we'll swap the pictures later on today. Swap the rims later on today, and we'll post 2 sets of pictures on there. Just let me know which ones you want if we still have these available, okay? How about we pop the hood and take a peek? So this is where when you go to the car show, but look at some of the detail stuff, like the correct wipers. Look how beautiful the finish is here in the SS stuff. All the chrome, the stainless, like this may not seem like a big deal, but once you start ordering these pieces, fresh screws, headlights and dash, filler panel, chrome, all the bezels, the parking lights, all the bulbs, things like that, it really looks very nice. Check out the detail on it. It has power disc brakes in this car. This is nice too, because this is the correct power steering for these cars. A lot of times they would put on later aftermarket power steering, which carried on for years and years, but the truth is on these cars in here, Justin, come in for a second. The reservoir is over here. Has a correct fender mounting point for it. And this is the pump, and this is the way it was done during that period. Great looking air cleaner, engine compartment is detailed, power steering, power disc brakes, nicely detailed with the insulation, painted the flat black underneath, the firewall is detailed. Here we can see the code that it was a 138 coded car. Makes her very nice looking. I like to have that tag there, it's all original, and that's what authenticates these cars from being a clone to being the real deal. This car is backed up by a 4-speed. The 4-speed's nice and tight, it's close, has a 12 bolt in it, and we'll take a peek around the car, we can see some of those details. This is nice, I just found the correct radio for it. In 67, the radios were a little bit different. It's been shipped, I wanted to get this video out. If you decide to take delivery of this car, the radio will be in there, but the Chevelle radios are different because of the way they're angled. And we have located that correct radio. And the reason I put them in the dash is because I like the look stock, but one of the things that we do a lot of here is we put the digital sound systems, but we hide them inside the glove box. This way the car looks bone stock, kind of out of sight, out of mind, and you get some nice tunes, you get satellite, XM, all that stuff, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. But look at the detail, like from the top on down, headliner, mirrors, dash, seats, carpets, door panels. If you've restored a car, it can cost $3,000 if you can source all the parts just to do the interior. Rebuild an engine, another $4 or $5 grand if you're doing a big block car. Rebuild the transmission, clutch, things like that. This can easily surpass the $20,000 mark, not even counting the price of the car. Some of these cars can cost upwards of $50,000 to restore. So if you're thinking you can do it yourself, this is really the only way to buy a car, is to buy it already restored. But how about I start it for you, and you can hear how it sounds, because that's really what you're buying. Love these 3 pedals on the floor. I just wanted you guys to see the underneath of the car. New gas tank, the rear end's been out, detailed, rebuilt, new shocks, new exhaust. We just washed the car, so if you see a little water there on the ground, it's just from the car. The car is not leaking crystal clear water. All new chrome, stainless panel in back. Like, just take a minute to open up a catalog, a year one catalog or something like that, and price out to restore a complete car. I'm talking about from front to back, bumpers, tail panel trim, emblems, the body shop to paint this flat black. Let's take a peek in the trunk. You know, you got to keep on detailing if you're going to detail. This is nicely done here. Correct splatter paint, new mat. It's got a spare and jack. Detailed underneath in here. New weather strips, gaskets, trunk lock, wiring. You know what I mean? It continues to go on and on and on. And the only reason I keep talking about that is, you know, when these cars are priced where they are, you couldn't build these a lot of times for $20,000 more than you could buy one for. And on top of the fact it take 2 years and a lot of work, because a lot of this you have to do yourself. Otherwise, it gets to be very expensive, because those guys that redo these cars, you know, they're charging you for getting online, looking up pieces, finding the correct radio, you know, finding the piece of trim they don't make anymore, having it sent out, things taken out of that one piece of trim you can't get, plus somebody has to polish it, somebody has to install it, all new glass in this car. You know, it goes on and on. You know, sometimes I ramble on about the restoration and things like that. The only reason I say this a lot of times is because I know what it takes to restore a car. It can take a couple years, it can take thousands and thousands of dollars. You will always spend significantly more than you can buy one restored by buying one that's already done. And on top of the fact you can get in it and drive it today. You know, our prices include free and closed door-to-door shipping, and these cars are turnkey, ready to go. We've checked them over, and you know, at the end of the day, this car sounds great, it runs down the road well, it's the last year of this body, which makes it spectacular and collectible. We're Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it.